I'm here to speak to you today about long-term marital misconceptions. And these misconceptions are something that's near and dear to me because it was something that misled me. I was married for 36 years and had the misconception that God built a hedge around my marriage. And that certainly wasn't so. When two people get married, they come together and they have the purpose of making a family and becoming one and to bond together. When you get that close to another person, you see all these flaws that you never noticed before. Of course, when you're first courting each other, you're on your best behavior. After you become married to that person, when that person does something wrong to you, you want your just desserts. You want to be able to get back, or whatever you think is necessary to make things right in your own mind. All too often we don't think of mercy at that point in time. As your marriage goes on, things complicate your marriage, and children come along, businesses come into the picture, occupations, all things that complicate our lives. And as time goes on, people get to the point where they feel very comfortable in their marriage, and they stop thinking about doing the maintenance in their marriage. When a person has been married for, let's say 25 years, and they get to that milepost along the way, and they say, I've arrived, things are going really good. You need to think again, because Satan has lulled you to sleep when you think that nothing is going to tear your marriage apart. A lot of times people think that their marriage is impervious to any of those kind of factors, but they don't realize that we all live in this world, and the power of the air, Satan himself, comes against each and every one of us, you, your mate, and complicates your life. I have seen in my own marriage and in my own life how those things have come together, and if you do not meet those issues head on, they grow and they fester and they create problems on down the road. We live in an age where we have instant communication. We have a social standard that has changed. All of those things have worked together to make it so that divorce is very acceptable, and that people that are married for a long period of time don't understand the pressures that are upon their marriage from an internet that has things that are available at the touch of a finger. The news that comes instantaneously from Washington, D.C. or wherever anything is happening. And we don't think that those kind of things have an effect on our marriage, but they really do. I think that when we realize that that person that we are married to and that we have committed our life to is as important as they should be in our lives, we start doing the maintenance. I'm a car person. I like cars. I like to go fast. There isn't any vehicle on the road that doesn't require maintenance. If you value a car, you do the maintenance. If you value your marriage, you will do the maintenance, because it prevents divorce. I saw opportunities that I let go for doing maintenance in my own marriage because I was too busy. I was wrapped up in my own business. There were times when needs of the children seemed to take priority, when in actuality they really didn't. It was the use of my time. I could have chose to use my time differently to accommodate my wife's needs. There were opportunities for me to just do a random act of kindness that would have been totally unexpected and would have made a world of difference. Again, I chose not to because I didn't see a need. Often we don't see the need for this maintenance until after it's too late. Now it's crystal clear to me. 10 years ago it was not. There are other opportunities that we choose in our lives to take advantage of when they're presented, and sometimes we choose not to. And they don't seem like they are of much value when we're making this value judgment in our lives. And I think that we underanalyze opportunity because we don't look past the next 2 weeks of the impact of what we are thinking about doing, and we don't look down the road very far. We don't see the importance in it. And so on a practical level, we need to focus more on long term. Why am I doing this for this other person? Is it just because I want her to cook me a steak dinner? Or do I want to maintain my marriage and have a relationship with this person that is meaningful and builds instead of is something that we just get along and we just survive together? We need to make sure that our purpose is not self-fulfilling. It needs to be something that is done for that other person sacrificially, and it doesn't matter the cost or the time. Another issue that people need to think about is the lines of communication. If they're not open 24/7, there is a problem. And that is a problem that needs to be addressed head-on and immediately. Because anytime you go to bed at night and your wife's facing one wall and you're facing the other, you're heading in the wrong direction. Sometimes we feel that we're right no matter what. Sometimes being right is really a big mistake. You can be right in every way possible, but it's wrong for your relationship. And after all, is it more important for you to be right about a subject and wrong about your relationship with your wife? Sometimes showing mercy to that other person when maybe they really don't even deserve it. And in your eyes, you know they're wrong. But nonetheless, mercy is something that God extends to us and shows us in His Word what Christ did for us on the cross. He extended mercy beyond our capabilities. So is it too much for us to expect to show mercy to our mate in a situation where we know we've been wronged, or we're right, they're wrong? That mercy will build your relationship far beyond what you can believe or think at that time. Communication is something that is so basic to any kind of a relationship, whether it's a marital relationship or a business relationship. And both parties need to feel free to say what they need to say, no matter how it comes across. Sometimes when you're the recipient of that type of communication, oh man, you're hurt to the quick. How could they say that? And the fact of the matter is you ought to be thanking them for saying it. Because whatever it is, it's on their heart. If it doesn't come out of their mouth, you don't know about it. And so therefore, you can't deal with it. And that's another one of those things that builds and festers. When we think that we've got everything under control in our marriage, we need to first of all thank God, but second of all, we need to start looking a little harder. There are no perfect people. There are no perfect marriages. We all make mistakes. It's only through the grace of God that people are able to stay married for long term.